This is a video for Dan and everyone at Yankee Creek Ranch. Well guys, we took Connor to the mighty Plantation horse trials, the Plantation International. I was using this event as his sort of final prep event before the Maryland 5-star. So sort of a big 5-star. So sort of probably one of the toughest cross-country courses that we have on the East Coast. And I thought it would be a sort of a good fitness run for Connor and sort of our first proper event since coming back from Aachen. So the dressage was way better than Kentucky. If you remember, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we took him down to Kentucky to do the intermediate, and he was a disaster. He was spooky, and he was shying, and he was very disappointing. Anyway, between then and now, I actually took him to a dressage show. I was so upset with him. And I did a couple of dressage tests up against some pure dressage riders about 2 weeks ago. So that's sort of, he's a spooky horse. He loves to look around and find things to get distracted at. By saying that, we had a really good test here. It wasn't perfect, but it's sort of getting back to close to where we had him for Kentucky earlier this year. We scored a 26.7, and the good news is there was a couple of like little mistakes through the test. So come Maryland, when we're probably a little bit more dialed in and we'll get to the competition a couple of days early, I'm hoping that we'll eradicate those little mistakes. All in all, I felt like he was good. He's the hardest thing with Connor is he's got this really amazing big long neck, and sometimes when he looks around, he sort of puts his head up and comes above the bit a little bit. And so in our training, we've sort of been working him a little bit rounder and deeper in his frame, with the idea that when he goes around the competition ring, he sort of elevates and gets a bit excited. And so it worked well. He got a little bit spooky up this end of the ring near the tent, and there was quite a bit of noise with the spectators that were hanging out inside the tent, so he got a bit distracted. Our first flying change, which you're going to see here now, was our biggest mistake. It doesn't look too bad on this screen, but he actually sort of discoordinated his legs. So he changed with his front legs first, and then a stride later his hind legs. So they gave us a 4 out of 10, which is appropriate. The good news is when we get to Maryland, we're not going to have any of those flying changes. We're going to get 7s or 8s for all the flying changes. Again, at the end of this extended canter, he sort of starts looking into the tent and getting a bit distracted, but not too bad. I think at Maryland he's going to put in a sensational test. He's a lot more sort of seasoned and experienced in the dressage now than he was at Kentucky in April. So I think we got a 26 at Kentucky earlier this year. So I'm hoping to get a couple of marks better than that come Maryland. We've still got a bit of work to do. The hardest thing with him in the dressage is that he's a flamboyant horse, which is what the judges like to see, but he also can sort of, that extravagance can go a notch too much where he gets a little bit disobedient, like you saw there at the end of the extended trot. Anyway, we're in third place after the dressage, 73%, 26.7. So a huge improvement from our disastrous test at Kentucky. And I think we're probably a little bit more focused for this one. We practiced the test a little bit more in training, and going to that dressage show helped a lot too. Show jumping, he was brilliant. He really... It was one of our best rounds together. We had our jumping coach Peter Weil come and train us in preparation for this, and Connor, when it's important, Connor really does jump well. This was a big track, and the time was a little bit hard to make, and Connor actually just jumped fantastic. Like at this jump here, he nearly jumped me out of the saddle. I felt like a bit of a clown hanging off the side of him there. The great thing with Connor is at all the big ones, when it's really, really important, he always delivers. Sometimes when we're just sort of trying to give him a nice, easy, boring run, it sort of opens the door for him to get spooky and distracted. So that's the sort of character of the horse we've got. But I was very, very pleased. So after the show jumping, we moved up to second place. It was a sort of strong field. There was 30-odd horses in it. A lot of the horses that we're going to be up against at Maryland 5-star were in the class. To me, the most exciting thing of the whole event was the cross-country here. He feels fit, he feels strong, and he feels experienced at this level now. Like he knows his job. So I went quick-ish on him. Let's see here. I was about 14 seconds behind the time. For sure, I could have made the time. The hard thing is with this course, it's quite a twisty, turny course, and there's a lot of downhill sort of gallops as you see there. And so basically, when the course was going downhill or it was getting twisty, I just sort of backed off the speed a bit. I think obviously one of our top priorities with Connor is his longevity. So I love to win, but we don't want to win at all costs. And no one in the field actually made the time. We were booking along, like on these uphill parts of the course you see there. I did push him along, which I thought was quite good for his wind, just because it's quite a hilly course, and part of the reason for taking Connor to this one is it's a huge fitness run. But like I said before, there was parts of the courses I just toned it down and took the foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and also like some of the trickier fences, I gave him a little bit of a moment of preparation, or I organised him a little bit earlier coming to the jumps just to make sure he jumped them in a good way. He really had a flawless round. He was spectacular. There wasn't one moment where I was holding my breath, wondering if we were going to make it. So we're in great shape. So we've got 3 or 4 weeks of training to go before Maryland 5-star. I think we'll probably put a few more big gallops into him. We'll have one more light cross-country school, but I think we're in excellent. Like I feel like I've got him in a really, really good place to be very, very competitive at Maryland. So fingers crossed. I think he's pulled up well, and he's come through this event unscathed. We'll get the vet to take a look at him this week just to make sure he's in good shape, and a couple more gallops, and then it's the big one, Dan. So fingers crossed, but everything's going to plan. This is a video of the dressage show that we went to a couple of weeks ago. It's after our mishap or our bad dressage test at Kentucky. So anyway, mate, I hope you're well, and fingers crossed everything keeps going smoothly with Connor, because I think we're a real big chance come Maryland 5-star.
You don't even know the place.